Do you remember that China used to be one of the big villains in crypto? China was one of the countries that outrightly banned the mining of Bitcoin in their country some time ago. And a lot of the miners moved from China to, I remember it was Kazakhstan, I think it was Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, and to Texas in the United States, right? So back then, this was just last bull run, by the way, the United States was perceived as pro crypto, right? Especially people like in Texas and all those places, right? While I guess to an extent, the people in the Eastern Coast, New York and stuff, they were sort of anti-crypto because of the energy consumption. And I think since then, there's been a lot of efforts to reduce the amount of energy that Bitcoin is consuming. And a lot of people who used to be sort of anti-crypto because of that have sort of readjusted their point of view. Also, Ethereum has since moved to proof of stake since then. So also Ethereum isn't using as much energy as it used to because it doesn't depend on computer processors and electricity to mine Ethereum the same way that they used to when it was proof of work like Bitcoin. Anyway, so fast forward 2024, now we have China. Not only are they not a villain anymore of Bitcoin and crypto, they are surging forward, surging ahead so fast that they're about to take over as the hub of crypto away from the United States, the way we're going. So in the United States, we have the government that's actively trying to, kneecap all of the innovations and the small companies and the ones that are, moving and shaking in the crypto world, but, crippling them with lawsuits, threats of lawsuits, crippling innovation, whereas China is turning a positive face to crypto. I'm talking about Hong Kong, actually. I know Hong Kong is a different entity to China, politically speaking, but in essence, China sees and uses Hong Kong as a gateway into China. So a lot of the things that happen in Hong Kong are actually test beds, sort of like a beta test of what's going to be rolled out on mainland China generally, right? You would have probably heard that in Hong Kong, just as predicted, they have approved the Bitcoin spot ETF. Not only that, they've gone ahead and approved an Ethereum spot ETF. Now, I don't think there are actual ETFs to trade just yet, but the approval means that the entities that want to go ahead and implement them can now legally do so. So they are racing ahead of the United States while we're still here in the West speculating about, oh, is there going to be an Ethereum ETF? Oh, are they going to go after Vitalik? Or is the SEC going to declare Ethereum a security? Yada, yada, yada. They've gone ahead and said, yes, we're doing this. By the way, if Gary Gensler and the SEC decide that every single cryptocurrency in the world is a security, including Bitcoin, that's going to cause some FUD in the system occasionally, because the money that is in cryptocurrency from the United States is quite significant. So, US-based investors, banks, institutions, etc. And obviously, the United States is very important for FOMO. A lot of crypto companies are based in the United States, headquartered in the United States. A lot of innovation crypto-wise is in the United States. But if this carries on, those companies, those entities will simply shift away from the United States to these countries that are crypto-friendly. And just like manufacturing did, moving from the United States and the West to China, we're going to see crypto move to China and to Hong Kong and to Dubai and to Nigeria and El Salvador and anybody that would have it. Just the other day, I was watching a documentary that someone made about a place in South Africa that is even more Bitcoin friendly than El Salvador or Dubai or any of those places. It's just that I had never heard of it before. I'm going to reach out to the person who made the documentary because I want to react to it on my channel, but I want to do it with permission. It's just the most incredible thing. And this town in South Africa, they're basically so crypto friendly that most of the shops in that part of the country accept Bitcoin as payment. Of course, they use the Lightning Network because Bitcoin isn't scalable for micropayments, but you get the idea, right? So now that we have approvals for Bitcoin and ETH spot ETFs in Hong Kong being, again, the gateway to mainland China, we can expect that some of those companies are now looking at putting things together for an XRP ETF. And the way things are moving in Asia, very, very fast, and they have very, very little red tape compared to the United States and Europe. And they have a can-do attitude that is going to march things forward, which means that they're going to become the hub, not only for Asia, but probably for all of the world. So it's only a matter of time before Hong Kong or Singapore, or one of those places, becomes the central point, the epicenter of crypto globally, and takes it away from the United States. It's always unfortunate to see when countries like the United States kneecap themselves, shoot themselves in the foot, and then years down the line, we're all going to moan and complain that somehow China's taken over this and everything is in China and everything is in Turkey, blah, blah, blah. When the act of it happening is being facilitated by our own governments as we speak. No financial advice, just do your own research, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.